If your cleaning business can't run without you for 3 days, you don't own a business, you own a job. And you're probably the most overworked, underpaid boss that you've ever had. So let's fix that. In this video, I'm going to take you through 3 parts. How to build a team that doesn't just fill shifts, they buy into your mission. We'll break down the onboarding, performance, and hiring systems that we used to scale multi-millions without chaos so that you can learn to let go with confidence. I'll show you how to build a team culture to grow a business that doesn't burn you out. And then we'll get into what nobody wants to admit. AI isn't coming. It's already here, and it's quietly reshaping the cleaning industry. I'm going to show you how to implement artificial intelligence so that you don't get left behind. This isn't theory, it's everything I wish someone had told me 5 years ago. I'm Shania Gladwell, and later I'll get into a little bit about what I do. But for now, I want to tell you a story. Not about success, but about struggle, because that's where real transformation begins. There were times that I thought the cleaning industry was going to break me. Not because I wasn't good at it, not because I didn't love my business, but because I couldn't let go. I couldn't delegate, and I was still trying to control every aspect of my business. I was replying to emails at 1 a.m. while breastfeeding, and I was driving across town to check on cleaners' work with a newborn on my hip, trying to put out fires every single day. This isn't just my story, it's the story of so many cleaning business owners who find themselves trapped by their own creation, in a prison of trying to do everything themselves, which ultimately holds us back from true success. I used to lie in bed thinking, what are they going to stuff up today? What's going to be the next complaint? What if everything that I'm building falls apart? I was scared, tired, and if I'm to be brutally honest, I was struggling to be a new mum on top of failing at running a business. And I told myself, this is just what growth feels like. This is what success demands. And I believed I had to struggle because I had no one showing me that there was a better way. And today, I'm going to show you how I scaled a 7-figure cleaning business by letting go of being the bottleneck, letting go of doing it all, letting go of the fear that was holding me back so that I could finally lead. Today isn't just about motivating you. It's not just another fluffy pep talk, and it's definitely not about working harder or burning yourself out to hit some invisible goal. This is about how to build a business that serves you, not the other way around. Let me say that again. Build a business that actually serves you, not a business that you serve. Soon, we'll unpack the real reason that most service-based business stays stuck, and why it's not about marketing or even money. It's about hoarding control. I'll show you how to build a team that doesn't rely on you to fill shifts. They buy into your mission and actually stick around and take the load off your shoulders so that you can thrive as the CEO. We'll break down the onboarding, performance, and hiring systems that we use to scale without chaos so that you can learn to let go with confidence. And then we'll get into what nobody wants to admit. AI isn't coming, it's already here, and it's quietly reshaping the industry. I'm going to show you how to delegate to artificial intelligence. The only way to achieve major success is to delegate. We have to let go of control. If we continue to wear all of the hats of marketer, admin, banker, and candlestick maker, you will not have the energy or time to become an efficient CEO. What brought you here won't take you there. Once I started doing everything with intention, it allowed me to figure out how I could actually start handing off some of those things that I was struggling with. This went a long way to helping me let go of the fear that was holding me back. And suddenly, bottlenecks became opportunities to develop better solutions. And I could begin to trust that my systems would create a consistent, high-quality service even when I wasn't around. Although my struggles didn't just magically disappear though, there was a moment that I'll never forget. We had just secured a 300 property contract with a builder, and it took me a full year to land that deal. I was pregnant at the time, and I thought, this is perfect. The timing lines up. I'll train the team, step back, and then I can finally rest. I had it all mapped out until life did what it does, and it tested how serious I was about upgrading my life. I was blessed with a beautiful baby boy, and my world started to fall apart. At least that's how it felt at the time. To say I was exhausted is an understatement. My body was healing, my brain was foggy, my hormones were everywhere, and I had a newborn on my chest. The phone would not stop ringing. Within the first 48 hours of my son being alive, 3 of my cleaners had called in sick, and my backup supervisors, yeah, they were sick too. It was the first week in our biggest ever contract, and it was crucial that we had to make a great impression and set the tone for our ongoing relationship with this building company. So I did what I thought I had to do, and I packed my baby into the car seat at 3 a.m. with tears running down my face, and I went to the first clean all by myself. Not because I wanted to, but because I didn't trust anyone else to care as much as I did. I believed that if I wanted it done right, I would have to do it myself. If I want to protect my reputation, then I have to suffer as a business owner. And it wasn't until that moment where I was wiping tears off my face in the front seat of my car with a crying baby in the back that I said to myself, this isn't a business, it's a job. And I am the worst boss that I have ever had. Fast forward to today, my cleaning company, Beskar Cleaning, has expanded to multiple locations across Australia. I've personally worked with over 400 business owners across the world to achieve 7 figures and beyond. I've been recognised in the Australian Business Awards numerous times, and my proudest accomplishment is being recognised as a finalist for Young Entrepreneur Australia for the last 3 years in a row. I co-founded an AI software company called CornerstoneAI that I built specifically to solve the exact problems that I used to drown in when growing my own cleaning business and when helping countless other business owners around the world who faced the same struggles. But I didn't start there. I didn't have investors and I didn't have tech skills. I didn't even know how to price my services properly in the beginning. But what I did have was pain. I had enough pain to say, there has to be a better way, and I found one. Now I help others step out of survival mode and into their role as an actual leader of their business. And it all started with one decision: let go so that I could grow. Here's the thing. You can't scale with your hands full. You can't scale while you're the one that's quoting, training, cleaning, emailing, and running around panicking all day. What got you here won't get you there. Because scaling isn't about doing more. It's about building something better. And that means thinking like a CEO and not a cleaner. CEOs don't micromanage. They don't get caught up chasing invoices. They build systems. They build teams. They build brands. And the first step to that is letting go. And today, I'm going to show you how. Let's be real. We don't struggle to delegate because we're bad leaders. We struggle because we've been burned. Maybe you hired someone who embarrassed you in front of a client. Maybe a cleaner left one of your clients furious and you were the one left dealing with it. A virtual assistant might have cost you thousands by dropping the ball. And so you tell yourself, I'm just going to do it all myself because it feels safer and more controlled. But you didn't start a business just to be a cleaner. And you didn't start it just to make ends meet. You started it because you had a vision, a dream of freedom, of impact, and changing the direction of your life. And maybe even your family's future. And I get that because that was me too. But here's the catch. That control is costing you your growth. You've built a business that needs you to touch everything in order for it to run. And that's not scalable and it's not sustainable. And deep down, you know it. I grew up around lack, not just money-wise, but a lack of stability, a lack of opportunity. And from a young age, I decided that I was going to be the one to rewrite my story. That dream, that fire in my belly, it drove me. But here's the part that no one warned me about. What drives you can also drive you over the edge. And I became obsessed with control. Because when you grow up with so little control, you cling to anything that makes you feel safe. I wanted freedom, but I was holding on to everything so tightly that I couldn't breathe. And I couldn't grow. I was so deep in the business that I couldn't see how to build the business. It's a double-edged sword. And maybe you know what I'm talking about because you've felt it too. The pressure, the weight, the voice in your head saying, if I don't do it, who will? But let me tell you something real. That dream, it'll crush you if you try and carry it all alone. If you want to grow, not just survive, you've got to learn to recruit people into your vision, not just hand them tasks. Delegating isn't about dumping the jobs that you no longer want to do on other people. It's about saying, hey, I'm building something special. Come and build it with me. That's the shift. That's when you stop being the doer and you step into being a leader. And I'll be honest, it's not always easy, but it is absolutely worth it. because your sanity, your growth, your future, they all depend on your ability to let go so that you can finally grow. So what's the answer to actually building a team that stick around and take a load off your shoulders so that you can thrive as the CEO? Well, we build something that's bigger than us. Imagine this. You're on the beach with your kids, your business is running, your clients are getting quotes instantly. Your team and your technology are taking care of all the behind the scenes. That's not a dream. That's a system. Now you've heard the why behind letting go. You've felt the tension between wanting freedom and being afraid to trust. Now I'm going to show you how I actually did it inside of Beska Cleaning. This is where I stopped doing things the hard way and I started to build a business like an actual business owner, not just someone who was trying to survive day to day. I'm going to walk you through exactly what we changed, from how we hire to how we onboard to how we use AI and systems to get our time back, build a stronger culture and scale without burning out. And every single thing that I'm about to show you, you can start using it in your business too, no matter what stage you're at. If you want hands-on support growing your business, stick around until the end and I'll show you how I can help. Most business owners just hope that new hires get it. They throw them in the deep end and say, call me if you have any questions. And then they wonder why they get inconsistent results. People can't meet expectations that were never properly set. And vague directions lead to vague results. And speaking from experience, eventually you will start to resent your team and you'll go back to doing it all yourself. When we prioritize setting clear expectations at Beska Cleaning, our team culture improved significantly. Now, every single hire goes through a world-class onboarding experience. It's all automated, it's branded, and it's built with intention. Here's exactly what our staff get from day one. First, they get a real position description, not just a title, not go and clean, but a breakdown of daily tasks, weekly priorities, and how they impact the bigger picture of our business. We want our staff to feel ownership because let's be honest, your brand isn't your logo and it's not your website, it's your team. And the cleaner at the door, they are the business. Their smile, their tone, their standards, that's your brand. And when your staff understand that, when they feel valued and trusted, they start showing up differently, with pride, with consistency, and with loyalty. Next, KPIs. Yep, key performance indicators for every single one of our staff. We don't just wait until there's a problem. From day one, our staff know what good looks like. We track things like how long jobs take, what the client satisfaction rates are, our staff attendance, and timing. It removes the awkwardness and it builds a culture of transparency. There's no more you're in trouble chats, just progress check-ins and real recorded data. We even pre-schedule performance reviews during onboarding so that our staff feel supported and we can address any area of improvement in a timely manner. Then every cleaner signs off on our code of conduct, our communication policies, our emergency protocols, our sick leave process, our client interaction rules, anything like our anti-discrimination and our work health and safety standards. Why? Because it protects them, it protects us, and it sets the tone with our team that we're a real business. Your staff are not just there to mop floors. They're a part of something much bigger. And ultimately, they're the difference between bringing your vision to life or watching your dream go down the drains like so many business owners who can never seem to understand how to build systems that allow them to truly let go. In the first week, we teach our staff how to think like a real problem solver. We teach them how to represent our values and how to handle issues without panicking or escalating every small thing to management. That's what makes a real team, not just skilled hands, but people who lead at every level. And when people understand their value, when they see that they're trusted and respected, they show up differently, with pride, consistency, and loyalty to your brand. We go beyond checklist. We inspire people to grow. We realized early on that if you want to build a high-performing business, you have to attract high-performing people. And that doesn't just happen by posting on Facebook that we're hiring and hoping for the best. It happens with vision, intention, and action. We also give every one of our cleaners an Audible subscription so that they can listen while they clean. They learn new skills, they hear new ideas, and they pick up better habits so that when they're out on the road or in a client's home, they're upskilling in motion. Because we don't just hire cleaners, we build leaders of the future. And we pay for a diploma of leadership and management for every employee with 3 hours of paid study time per week. Why? Because not everyone wants to be a cleaner forever, and that's okay. This qualification incentivizes our staff to stay a minimum of 2 years to complete the certificate, and it equips them with the skills required to step into higher roles within our company. Some of them go on to be team leaders, area managers, or even to start their own thing. And while they're with us, they're growing, which means that our business is growing too. As Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Airlines, says, train your staff well enough that they can leave at any time for something better, but treat them well enough that they never want to. People crave certainty and recognition. And if you tell them what winning looks like, they will try and win. If you're vague, they'll just try not to get in trouble. And that's where things fall apart. Not because they don't care, but because no one ever showed them how to succeed. Now, here's something that we do that gives us an unfair advantage while scaling. We hire all year round. We don't just wait until someone quits to panic post in a state of desperation that we need cleaners. We campaign for great staff the same way that we campaign for great clients. We're constantly building our talent pool and we batch hire. If we know that we have 100 people on our client waitlist, we can confidently hire 3 new staff with a full-time roster each, because we know that the demand is already there. And that means lower training cost, less admin, more momentum, and way less stress so that I could let go and delegate with confidence. We are growing with intention and not scrambling in survival mode. So now when someone does leave or we open up a new capacity, we're not starting from zero. We've already got pre-qualified applicants ready to go. Your business isn't just your service. It's your people. They are the voice, the face, and the entire experience of your brand. So if you want better clients, better reviews, and real sustainable growth, then you need to start with a better culture. And culture is built through clarity, clear communication, and consistency. If you treat your team like they matter, they will treat your clients like they matter. It's as simple as that. And I'll tell you this, we don't attract the same people anymore who are just there for a paycheck. We attract the ones who want to grow, the ones who take pride in themselves, and the ones who want to be the best version of who they are, not just someone who wants to fill in shifts. They show up early, they go the extra mile, they talk to our clients with respect, they wear our brand like it's their own, and they become the face of our company without ever needing to be told to. Most people don't leave because of pay. They leave because no one ever told them how they were really doing unless they had done something wrong. Providing clarity for someone's role is kindness. And those people, they're the ones who stay. Systems create freedom for your team and for you. Because if your onboarding doesn't inspire someone to be their best, it's not onboarding, it's just admin. Which brings me to my next point. AI isn't coming. It's already here, and it's been quietly reshaping the entire cleaning industry. At Beska Cleaning, we don't waste hours chasing paperwork. No more, hey, did you send your police check over? Or we're still waiting on you to submit your tax forms. We look like the structured business that we are, and we save hours every single week. And here's the thing, the world is changing. It's 2025. AI is here. Automation is here, and systems are evolving faster than most people can keep up. But the businesses that are winning right now, they're not the ones replacing humans with robots. They're the ones using AI to create more human connection. They're automating their admin so that they have more time to build culture. They're delegating the repetitive stuff so that they can finally lead instead of babysitting. And I want to be present with my son, not stuck in email chains or chasing cleaners for timesheets. And that's where AI comes in, not to replace the heart of your business, but to protect it. So let me paint a picture for you of what my life looked like before systems and AI. It's 8:30 at night and my son is finally asleep. Dinner's gone cold and my laptop is open. And I'm sitting there rewriting the same quote for the 3rd time that week. Not because I love quoting, but because I didn't win the last 2 jobs. And I'm afraid now that I'm going to price too high or too low. The next morning, I get up and I drive across town to do a walkthrough. burning fuel and time that I'm not getting paid for, only to be ghosted by that client 3 days later. And between all of that, I'm replying to emails, chasing staff who didn't show up, and answering real estates asking for just a wipeover in a hoarder's house, sending onboarding forms to staff manually, and trying to sound polite while I type the same reply to the same problem for the 10th time that month. I wasn't building a business. I was trying to survive in one. That was the reality. And if you've felt that, I know how exhausting it is. These days I use systems that I used to only dream of. And to be fair, I literally had to dream about them because they didn't exist just a few short years ago. And that's why I co-founded CornerstoneAI. Now my software handles all of my automation tasks with ease. And of course, I use tools like ZenMaid, which I recommend to every service business that I mentor. Because these aren't just tools, guys. These are how I got my life back. This is how hundreds of other cleaning business owners that I've worked with are scaling without losing their minds. Our system follows up with leads automatically. It generates quotes instantly. They're accurate, branded, and they're pretty impressive. From cold outreach to onboarding clients and staff, it does it all without me. If you integrate ZenMaid with my software Cornerstone AI, you can have a full machine that schedules, invoices, sends reminders, tracks reviews, even manages staff performance, all without you needing to be there. AI isn't here to replace you, it's here to multiply you. So let's do a test. If your business can't run without you for 3 days, you don't really own a business. You own a job, and you're the most overworked, underpaid employee on the team. Through my own experience, as well as through discussions that I regularly have with other business owners around the world, you guys need to understand as quickly as possible. It is no longer luxury to have this type of assistance. It's fast becoming the bare minimum requirement in every industry. If you don't believe me, watch over the next 12 months as a business that don't begin to adopt AI will be unable to compete and forced to close their doors. It's already happening every day now. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can build something smarter. You can build a business that runs without you in it. That's how I'm here right now and helping other founders scale without sacrificing everything that I care about. Every time I automate something, I get a piece of my life back. And because I have a strong team, systems, and technology that backs my vision, it feels good letting go of chaos and finally choosing peace. That's the power of delegation done right. It doesn't cost you control. It gives you clarity. And if you're wondering, well, where the hell do I even start? I've got you. Here's exactly what I would do if I was starting fresh today. Whether you're brand new to AI, still doing things manually, or feeling stuck in the day-to-day. Step 1, audit your task. Ask yourself honestly, what drains you every week that someone else or something else like AI could do? Is it chasing invoices, replying to the same client questions, sending out job reminders, providing accurate quotes for people, following up on invoices, or answering the telephone? Write it all down because that's your first automation opportunity. Second, document just one system. Pick one thing, like your quoting process, and write down how you currently do it step by step. Then improve it once it's documented. Once it's out of your head and onto paper, it becomes a system. Third, hire with intention, not just to fill a gap. Look for people who bring in the right energy, a great attitude, and are open to growth. Skill can be taught, but someone who has the right attitude, that's gold. We've had more success hiring people with the right attitude and training them over someone that's experienced and toxic any day. Step 4, try just one AI tool. You don't need to be techie. You don't need to have a fancy setup. You just need to try one thing that saves you time, even if it's small. Maybe it's automating your job reminders. Maybe it's setting up lead follow-up so that you don't miss opportunities while you're out cleaning or working on the business. Maybe it's something as simple as sorting your emails so that you're not drowning every morning trying to catch up on admin. And if you're ready for something a bit more advanced, I've shared free videos online breaking down how I use AI automations and AI agents that can answer phone calls for you. Just look up Shania Venture Mentors if you're curious to learn more. I do a full deep dive in my video, why most cleaning business stay small and how I broke that cycle using AI automations. If something gives you even 1 hour of your day back, it's absolutely worth trying. It's all about building momentum. And step 5, change your language. This is a big one, guys. Stop saying I do everything myself and start saying I build systems that do the work for me. Because when your identity shifts from being the doer to being the designer, your whole world opens up. You stop reacting, you start leading. And the best part is you don't have to burn out to earn more. When your business runs on systems, you stop living in fear. You stop babysitting, firefighting, and micromanaging, and you start leading. And you finally start to breathe again. Because now you're not in the system, you're designing it. You're steering the ship instead of constantly patching holes. And let me be clear, that level of structure doesn't make your business cold or robotic. It makes your business strong. When your team knows what's expected of them, they thrive. When your clients experience consistency, they trust you. And when you aren't drowning in admin, you finally get to enjoy the business that you built. This is why I believe AI is one of the greatest tools that we've ever had as cleaning business owners. Not because it replaces humans, but because it gives us time to be better humans, to check in with our team, to watch our kids grow up, and to wake up without anxiety because you know everything is running even while you sleep. At the time of this recording, my son, which you can see here, was very unwell. And because I built a business that serves me, I didn't panic. I didn't have to cancel clients or pull an all-nighter just to catch up. My systems are running, my team is prepared, and my tech is dialed in. I get to be a mum and I get to show up for my son when he needs me most without carrying the guilt of having a business that still needs me. And that's what it's really about. Not the money, not the growth, but peace, presence, and freedom. Freedom to choose what matters most and know that your business will be just fine without you for a day, or even a week, or a month, or maybe even more. That's the kind of business that I want to build, not because it's easy, but because it's possible. And you, my friend, you deserve to have that too. So let's recap what we've covered today, because I want to make sure that you leave with real value. We uncovered the real reason why most business owners hit a plateau and how control keeps you stuck. You saw how to build a team that doesn't just show up, but takes ownership and delivers your vision. We walked through my hiring, onboarding, and culture systems, putting you in the driver's seat instead of being in reactive mode. And we pulled back the curtain on how AI and automation are already reshaping the cleaning industry, and how the business owners who are adapting to it now will be the ones who are thriving in 12 months. You now have a roadmap and permission to stop surviving and start scaling. So let me ask you, are you willing to let go to finally grow? You didn't come this far just to keep doing it yourself. You didn't start a business just to build yourself another job. You started because you had a vision of freedom, impact, stability, and growth. Maybe all of those things. But somewhere along the way, you started playing small just to keep up. And I get it, because I've done it too. But you need to become the architect and not the glue. Because when you stop being the glue that holds everything together, you finally become the architect that builds something bigger than yourself. Your job is not to do it all. Your job is to build something that can run even when you're not watching. If you allow yourself to let go and grow, you won't just scale your business. You'll finally get to enjoy it. And that's the goal. And that's the freedom that you actually deserve. You don't grow by holding it all together. You grow by letting go intentionally. Letting go of the tasks that drain you. Letting go of the fear that no one else can do it right. Letting go of the guilt that says that you should be doing more. You're allowed to build systems that support you. You're allowed to use AI to give your team a better experience. You are allowed to run your business like the CEO that you were always meant to be. You don't need to do it all. You just need to start designing something better. And if I could do it messy, broke, and overwhelmed, then so can you. All you need to do is let go to grow. If you guys need more hands-on support, I'm not just another coach who talks theory. Feel free to check out my credentials and experience by visiting any of these websites. I also own Beska Tiling and Beska Investments. I've studied financial planning, I've studied business administration, leadership management, and employment services, as well as gained valuable corporate management experience in my recruitment job for the Australian government prior to losing my job in COVID and becoming a serial entrepreneur. See our award-winning cleaning operations across Australia at bescacleaningservices.com.au. If you want to check out Venture Mentors, where I've consulted over 400 other business owners, check out venturementors.com.au. And if you want to check out Cornerstone AI, the automation system that I developed specifically for cleaning business owners, check cornerstoneai.com.au. Whether you're starting from scratch or stepping into seven-figure territory, Venture Mentors gives you one-on-one consulting and mentorship, legal documents and templates designed to help you structure your business, grow your team, and scale faster with less stress. Check out our growing library of free tools, from helpful guides to free newsletters and blogs about scaling your business. We also have free downloads like terms and conditions templates for cleaning business owners. You don't have to figure it all out alone. And for the fast-growing and most competitive cleaning businesses, at a certain level, speed, service, and professionalism can't slip, not even once. You're competing with franchises, you're scaling quickly, and your phone can't be the bottleneck in your business anymore. The best in the industry know that every call is a sales opportunity. Every second of delay costs you money, and every missed lead lands in the hands of your competitor. This is why high-performing cleaning business owners are upgrading to our most advanced system yet, the Cornerstone AI Voice Agent. It's not for beginners. It's for the business that are done missing revenue and ready to dominate their market. It answers the phone 24/7. It's so that you never miss a call again. It qualifies leads in real time, and it identifies the job type, location, and size. It provides instant quotes using your pricing matrix. It can negotiate prices based on set rules, like offering discounts for referring customers. It can book jobs on the spot and check the availability in your schedule while it's on the phone. It's going to keep track of all of this in your centralized CRM that we can link in with your current system, especially if it's Zen-made. And it follows up with cold leads by phone. It keeps the conversation alive, and it feels human because it uses natural tone, pauses, and responses. If you want to find out more, head to cornerstoneai.com.au or head to my YouTube and watch my free 90-minute training video. It's called Why Most Cleaning Business Owners Stay Small and How I Broke That Cycle Using AI Automations. Thank you everyone for gifting me your time today.